Two. Okay. So I'm just gonna let you jump in. We'll talk like questions and everything at the end. So yeah, just go for it.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, I will just kind of start with like my story and a little bit on how I got into Beachbody. So I've been a coach since March.
Oh, wait.
Got it? Yeah. Okay. So I've been a coach since March of 2015, actually. I feel a little bit ancient as a coach, but but I love it. And I became a coach. Well, actually, I started using the programs and products in like 2012 with Insanity and got super awesome results with that. Shared my journey on Facebook, like my results from Insanity. And I had a ton of people reach out to me. And at this point, I did not even know like what the coaching opportunity was. I basically just posted those because I was so proud of myself and I wanted to inspire some other people possibly to like get started on their health and fitness journey. And I had, I just love the program. So I continued with the programs. I went into like Insanity Asylum, which is amazing. I know like a lot of people, it's always like the new programs that a lot of people are doing now, but there are so many old programs. So just a little tip, if you guys ever like want to change it up a little bit, those are amazing. Like Insanity Asylum I did T25. I was obsessed with Sean T, so I did like all of his stuff. And just was getting amazing results and did not even know about this coaching opportunity. And I got a message on one of my Facebook or my Instagram photos back in, I think like 2014 from Amy Reelman. So Amy Reelman's my coach. And got like a random message from her on like a picture of my shoes or something. And she's like, "Oh, nice shoes. Do you want to join my group?" or something like that. And it made me watch her. I didn't respond to her. I didn't like do anything. I'm like, okay, who's this girl? I clicked on her profile on Instagram and I followed her for literally 1 year. And I did not reach out to her. I did not really interact with any of her stuff, but I was watching her consistently. And I was just seeing that she was able to travel. I thought that she just had an amazing lifestyle and I secretly kind of wanted it. And I still never reached out to her though. So like a year went by, I saw that she was doing Insanity Max 30 and she was posting very consistently videos about it, or of like her doing Insanity Max 30, and she would post her max out time. And I was really inspired by her. So I did finally decide to reach out. I just basically asked her a question. I was like, "Hey, like how does Insanity Max 30 compare to Insanity? Because I saw you were doing it and I was thinking about doing it. So I just wanted to ask." So I said something random like that, and she responded. She invited me to her challenge group, and I didn't even purchase it from her. I think I just went on because I already had a Beachbody account. So I just went on there and I ordered Insanity Max 30, the challenge pack actually, because it was cheaper. So I bought a challenge pack on my own without even like having a coach, do that for me. And when she invited me, I told her I already had it. So she was just like, "Okay, well, you can hop in anyways." And about a week or two in, she invited me to the coaching opportunity because she noticed that I was posting on my personal Instagram. I was posting on my Facebook. I was pretty much already doing, what she does as a coach. So she invited me and I literally signed up like that second. I was like, "Yeah, of course. Like I want to do this." I'm the type of person that just jumps in and figures it out later. So that has its ups and its downs. But so yeah, that's how I got started with Beachbody in general. I was a lover of the products first. And aside from kind of like the fitness aspect of it, and the business, I guess, just kind of like in my personal life, I am a nursing student and I also work in the emergency department as a tech right now. So I've been in nursing school for a few years with my clinicals, and I've just been taking a break these past 2 semesters because I got married. And now I'm kind of at like this point where I'm not even sure if I want to continue on with that because I want, to just do Beachbody. I want this to be my plan A. And so I'm kind of at that like level right now where I'm not really sure where I'm going to go with it. But that's kind of my background. Like I'm in the nursing field. I only have 2 semesters left of nursing school if I do continue on with that. And I think it just gives me the mindset and just the point of view working in the emergency room. And I also used to work on a med-surg unit. Just the point of view that health is so important, and the preventative aspect of it is something that I feel like I'm way more passionate about now than I am about treating a disease that has progressed so far that it's almost not, not treatable, because there's been so many people who, just have the terrible life choices up until that point. And I mean, totally, there are diseases and, cancer and things that I know that we can't prevent all the time, but just working with people every single day, I see that there are so many things that we can prevent. And it's kind of opened up a whole new, window with Beachbody, knowing that I can make such a difference on that side of it. And not that I don't love nursing, but you guys, we have an amazing job. Like, I know that in the beginning, I didn't even look at that, and I did not come into this, like I said, for like the income or, for it being a job, but it is a job. It's so much more than we think that it is. And I think it's so easy to sometimes get caught up in the mindset of, oh, we just need to hit Success Club and all the numbers and everything, but just kind of take a step back and truly think about the people. And I know for me, that's, when I'm at work in the emergency department, I think about that a lot. I'm like, wow, with Beachbody, we do so much more than we do so much more than we even think. And that's just a tip, I guess, that I have on mindset, is keeping that in the forefront, and, keeping just your goals in mind, that we're not here just for our personal goals. And we all know that we need that personal why and those personal goals to, to be successful in this business. But then again, it's we would not be here. Every single one of you would not be here if you didn't want to help people. You would be doing something else. You would go to, a retail job just for the paycheck. You wouldn't be here doing what you're doing now. So that's the main thing, is I want you guys to remember is, just having that mindset that we're here to help people, and we're here to truly, just inspire and encourage. Okay. So, I wrote down a few notes, so don't mind me. Just sharing a little bit about mindset. I know I touched on that a little bit. But basically, like I said, I've been a coach since March of 2015, and me and Maddie talk about this all the time. It can be so discouraging to see other people be successful quickly, and, see people come out of the gate and just run with it and be so successful. But that's just not realistic for everybody. That's some people's stories. That's where some people are meant to, run with this business, and they jump in all in, and they are successful right out of the gate. But I do want you guys to know that that's not the case for everybody. And if you want this business to work for you, you just have to know and believe it in your gut that you're going to make it happen, and you're going to reach your goals no matter what. No matter how long it takes, if it takes 1 year, if it takes 5 years, if it takes 20 years, you need to just believe it to your core that you're going to be here no matter what, and you're going to make this work no matter how long it takes. And for me, that I had the belief right out of the gate. I remember vividly doing a call with Patrick Reelman, pretty much right after I signed up as a coach, maybe a couple months after. And that's what he asked me. He said, on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you rate your belief? From 1 to 10, how much do you believe that no matter what, it's inevitable that you're going to be successful? And I told him a 10, because I truly did believe, and I do still believe that I'm going to be successful. But for a little while, I let I let myself get caught up in comparing and not being consistent, because, I would kind of put my work on the back burner, because I think that I wasn't making as much of a difference, because I wasn't, running as fast as everyone else was. And, I was in nursing school full time, and I would kind of let those excuses, just dictate what I did, and it would hold me back. And I know that that's why I'm not saying I'm not successful, but that's why I'm not where I thought I would be at this point, is because, oh, hey, Ave. Sorry, my dog's coming in. I saw the door move, and I'm like, what the heck? Hold on. Ava. Okay. So basically just that, that's why I'm not where I wanted to be, or where I thought I would be at this point, is because I let me hold myself back. And the biggest thing, and I know you guys have heard this a million times, is personal development is the only thing that is going to keep you, in the game when you feel like you're a failure, and when you feel like you're not helping people, and when you feel like you're not making a difference. Personal development is what is going to, keep that. And just having that belief, even when you don't feel like you believe in yourself, it sounds really crazy, but I have got caught up in that so much, where I'm like, okay, do I really even believe in myself anymore? And then I sit back and I think, okay, I wouldn't still be here if I didn't believe in myself. And sometimes you just have to do that. You have to just ground yourself and say, like, what am I working for? And like I talked about in the beginning, you got to just kind of step back and say, why am I doing this? It's not for the Success Club points. Those are going to just come as a result. It's for the lives that I'm changing, and it's for my dream life that I'm working towards. So a couple personal development books that helped me when I was a new coach were The Compound Effect. That was like the biggest one, was The Compound Effect. I actually started reading that one before I was even a coach. Someone like recommended it. I saw on Instagram, and I started reading it, and it was amazing. So then when I became a coach, I just continued. And I know that's one that we hear a lot about, is the compound effect, but it really is a good book for a new coach because it talks a lot about the big picture. And I think that is a huge thing as a new coach is, yeah, it's important to learn the ins and outs of, of the business and inviting and following up and everything like that. But really it comes down to the big picture mindset and looking at this as, more than just a short term, like get rich quick type thing. So the compound effect. And then for my mindset, You Are a Badass was like the icing on the cake. Like I read that right after I read the compound effect, and it changed just how I felt about myself, my confidence, along with doing the workouts, drinking Shakeology, and then reading that book. Like I honestly felt like I was a badass that could take on the world. And so I would just recommend that if it's something that, you guys struggle with, just like the mindset and the belief in yourself, those are two really good options. And another, sorry, I'm looking at my notes because I'm kind of all over the place, but another thing that I know I kind of talked about, but I just, kind of want to touch on that. This isn't an immediate, like this isn't always a quick fix for everybody, or like a quick result type business for everybody. Everybody has their own timeline, and, just know that, the universe or God or whatever you believe in, and that's a big thing in You Are a Badass, is they talk about this, that they are going to provide you with what you need, and you're not always going to understand it. It's not always going to feel like, oh, like, why can't I just be more successful quicker like so-and-so? Or why can't I hit Success Club, X like so-and-so? But, that might not be your story right now. You might need something that is going to teach you the lessons that you needed. And for me, I know that I needed that inconsistency for a while. And I needed that, not being as successful as I wanted to be at this point for me to learn, what I need to do differently. So just know that it's not the same for everybody, and you can totally do it. You just really need that belief in your belly that you are going to make it happen. And you need to have your why, hung up somewhere where you can see it. And I know we hear this a lot. If you've been a coach for a little bit and you've been on some of the other team calls, I'm sure you've heard this, but, just having that why posted and your goals posted. And, you need to want to help people, like I said at the beginning, because you wouldn't be here if you didn't want to, but you also need a personal why that's going to drive you to do things on the days that you don't feel like doing it, doing your invites, posting, doing your follow-ups. And just the quicker and the more you're consistent with it, the quicker you're going to see success with this business. So yeah, that's a little bit about mindset. I'll open it up for some questions at the end, like Maddie said, but I did just want to touch a little bit too on like posting and Instagram stories. So did any of you go to a Super Saturday this weekend?
I think Sierra did. I think she was the only one. So Sierra, Allie's going to go through what Carl talked about as far as Instagram stories, but then I also want you to chime in and share, like after Allie's done speaking, and share like what you learned and what you got from the live event.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went to the Chicago Super Saturday, and Carl was there, and also Danielle Natoni, which it was amazing. So I would just highly recommend you guys. The next one I think is going to be July 7th, I believe they said, the weekend of July 7th. So mark that on your calendar now. I'm sure all the like the locations and everything, they don't come out usually till like a month or two before, but just kind of, mark that date down and make it a priority to be there, because that's also, something that is just a game changer, is getting to live events. Because I signed up as a coach in, like I said, March of 2015, and I bought my summit ticket right after pretty much like the end of March, I think. And I went to Summit in July of 2015. And that is another thing that I truly believe that is the reason I'm still here, is because I got to meet everybody in person. I got to meet the Realman family, which I feel like they're my second family. Like, I just love them to death. Like, they are so amazing. And just being around that energy and being around, you know, just successful people, and you hear their stories and you think, oh my gosh, like they are no different than I am. Like, it's just a game changer getting to those live events. So if you're not, you can still get your Summit ticket. I think it's on sale again this month. So I would highly, highly recommend that. But yeah, so Carl was at our Super Saturday, and he talked about, basically he just talked about, well, he asked a question at first, and he was kind of trying to, I don't know if Sierra, he did the same thing at yours. I'm sure he did, but he like had us stand up, and he asked like, who in here is a beach body? Like, who bleeds Beachbody blue? Who, you know, and only a few people like stood up. He didn't really go into it. He just said like, who's a beach body? And everyone was like a little bit confused. Everyone was kind of just like, okay, like, what is he talking about? Is this a trick or something? And then he asked, he said, okay, who in here does their workouts? Who is on you know, health and fitness journey? Who is focusing on their nutrition and maybe not being perfect? Maybe it's, you know, you're not perfect with it, but maybe you eat 3 pieces of pizza instead of the whole pizza. Like, that's a success. Like, are you trying to be better than you were yesterday? Who in here is reading personal development? Like, all those things that we do as a coach. Who in here is a beach body? If you're doing all those things, stand up. And like of course, everybody stood up. So the point of him doing this was just talking about how that's what we do. We're beach bodies. Like, not that we have to be, you know, the product and like blasting like ads of Beachbody all over the place, but that's the mission that Beachbody has. And that's the reason that we're here, is because we want to help people, you know, lead healthy and fulfilling lives, and do that for ourselves too, and for our families. So the main thing that he started with is like, share that, be proud of that. Like, if you're not proud of being a part of Beachbody and that you're drinking Shakeology, doing your workouts, you know, you have this amazing community and you're focusing on bettering yourself every single day. Like, if you're not proud of that and you're not displaying that on your social media and in public and with your friends and everything, then you are doing yourself a disservice and you're holding yourself back in this business. And that was kind of a realization to me, because I have realized that I do that sometimes, you know, especially in my real life. And, you know, you're with people who aren't in this community, and maybe they seem to not get it like you do. And you don't want to talk about it as much because you don't think that they understand. Like, and that's the thing, is that we need to be proud of who we are and proud of the mission that we're serving, you know, every single day as Beachbody coaches. And that just really kind of, you know, gave me an eye opener when he talked about that. And it's just awesome hearing him talk in general. So that's how he started. And then he also talked about Instagram stories. So he went over 5 different posts every single day that we should be doing on Instagram stories if we want to be successful. So he kind of not interviewed, but did like a poll type thing with people who are increasing their businesses, people who are being very successful recently with, you know, Instagram, and how everything's kind of like moving over to Instagram. And he talked about the 5 things that they're doing, on Instagram stories to gain traction and to, you know, find their tribe and to help people. And the 5 things is, he wants us to, for every single day, he challenged, you know, us, and he has a separate group, 1x3x5 it's called, on Facebook for people who have a Summit ticket. They were able to enter into that group, and he challenged them and us to do a 60-day challenge of posting these 5 things on our Instagram stories every single day for 60 days. So the first one is your Shakeology. So it could just be a picture, it could be a boomerang, it could be a video, whatever. But just show that you're drinking Shakeology, and you don't have to blast it at Shakeology or whatever. You sometimes don't even have to say what the heck it is, but, you know, just share so people see that you're drinking it consistently. And, you know, you can share what it's done for you. You can change it up from day to day, but just show that you're drinking your shake. Number 2 is workouts. So share your workout, share at least 3 video clips of you doing your workout. You know, maybe say what day you're on. I know that's something that has been successful for me, is people seeing that, oh, she's on day 45 right now and she hasn't given up yet. Like I see her every single day, day 30, day 31, day 32. People like to see that consistency. So 3 clips of your workouts, whatever, I'm sure a lot of you do this already, but whatever you want to do with it. If you work out with music, if you work out, with just the workout playing in the background, just show that you're doing your workout. And believe it or not, people like to see that. People like to just watch other people sweat it out, and that inspires them. Number 3 is your nutrition. So this could just be one meal, it could be a still photo, it could be your meal prep, whatever it is, but just show that you are focusing on your nutrition and just eating healthy foods at least once a day. And then the 4th one is an about me, or like a lifestyle post, just showing that you are a normal human being. You're not fitness expert, you're not Autumn Calabrese. We don't have to, that's the beauty of Beachbody, is we don't have to be the fitness professionals, we don't have to be the experts, we don't have to know it all. We have those resources, and that's what is most amazing, is that we have all of that, and we're just the the thing that connects. We're like the glue that brings all of that professional, the fitness professionals and all of the resources to the person who needs that. So just show that you're a normal human being. Show maybe that, you, whatever you're doing, you're taking your dog for a walk, you went out with your friends last night on Saturday, whatever you did, just show something about your life. And for me, he said at least one post about that, but I think personally that, you should show more than one thing per day about who you are, and whether it's so simple, like, and you can even tie this into like with your shake. Like sometimes in the morning, I'll have my shake with my scrubs on because I'm on my way to work. Like that can be kind of 2 things at once. Okay, I'm on my way to work, 12-hour shift, like I'm fueling up with my superfoods. Something like that, where you can kind of tie it in and share more than one thing and show how it's fitting into your lifestyle personally. And then number 5 is a video invite. So this is a little bit scary. It's a little bit, intimidating at first, but excuse me. But he recommends doing a video invite every single day to a challenge group or to coaching. But he specifically talked about, inviting to a challenge group, and it can be something super simple. He even did like a little extra, like he showed us and he's like, just do this. And he like did it really quick. But just saying, hey, I have an accountability group coming up. I have 20 spots left. I just opened enrollment today. If you want in, like send me a message. You can put a poll on there, whatever. But just talking, you can do invites where you use the words or whatever and you don't have to talk, but he really challenges us to do a video invite, because if people can hear your voice, they can hear your enthusiasm about it. It makes a big difference, in getting them excited about it and just really being able to show them what you have to offer. So again, the 5 things: share your Shakeology on your Instagram stories, share 3 workout clips on there, share your nutrition, at least 1 meal a day, or like Carl said, if you chose 2 slices of pizza on a Friday night instead of the whole pizza, that's a victory, and you can share that too. Number 4, an about me, a lifestyle showing that you're human, and then a video invites to your next challenge group or your next coaching sneak peek or whatever it might be. So yeah, that was the main thing, honestly, that he talked about. And one thing that I also wanted to touch on about Instagram stories, and I guess just Instagram in general, or posting in general, is I know that there's a lot of things out there where coaches say, this is the secret sauce. Post, 5 times a day on your Instagram stories, and post 1 time a day on your personal Instagram feed, with a normal post. But what I have found is that you need to, while that's true, like you need to be consistent. Like what's helped me is thinking about what I'm attracted to and thinking about, okay, these are the people that I like to follow, and why do I like to follow them? Is it that they share something that, something about nursing maybe, or they also work in the emergency room and they share, their tips about that? Or is it because, they share really pretty pictures of their food? Or, what is it about their page or their stories that attracts me to it? And some people say only talk for like 3 stories on your Instagram story. Well, if you're attracted to someone who sits there and talks and tells a story on their Instagram stories, like I know Bonnie Engel, if any of you follow her, like she'll sit there on her stories for like, I don't know, like 5 minutes straight and just talk. And for me, like, she has an interesting topic. Like, she's a coach, you know, I follow her as a coach, but like, I also have other people that I follow who aren't coaches, and the same thing, you know, if I'm attracted to something, you know, if I am engaged by them talking for more than just 3 slides on their Instagram story, then your tribe will probably be interested in hearing that from you. So don't feel bad, you know, if you're doing something that not everybody else is doing. Just kind of step back and say, okay, I follow this girl and I love watching her work out, or I love watching her talk on her Instagram stories, or, you know, just what you like seeing from other people is probably what your tribe is going to like seeing from you, and they're going to enjoy. So that's another tip that I had that I kind of, you know, caught myself in the past saying, oh, well, I can't do this because, you know, people say you shouldn't do this for more than, you know, 2 times on your story or whatever. And that's not always the case. So just kind of have an open mind about it and step back and just think about what you know, what you're attracted to and what your tribe would be attracted to. Yeah, I think that's all I had, unless anyone has any questions.
Yeah, I want to jump in real quick. I listened to a podcast and I just shared it with you guys in our group message. But as far as like the story goes, it was actually a podcast with, I don't know how many of you guys probably all know who Shailene Johnson is. But her son actually went on and shared Instagram tips. And he said like about 15 stories a day. And to post every like couple hours, every hour, every couple hours, because if you're posting all in the morning or all at night, and those, whenever you post, it brings your story up to the front of people's things. So like the more if you're posting every hour, it's going to keep bringing that up. And then like change it up. So like we you know, we do still photos, we do boomerangs, we do live, or we do the videos. And then one thing that I just told Allie about too that I didn't know is, I know that you could use hashtags on your stories, but you can use up to 10 hashtags, and then you can either make them super small or you can just drag them over so that they're not showing on the thing. But that's a really, really great way to get your pictures showing up on that story. So whoever's searching that hashtag and they look at that story, your thing is going to pick up. So it's just more eyes on you, more ways to like connect with new people and for new people to find you. And then also your location. We should really be sharing our location on like every single story, and you can just make it super small or drag it over. And it doesn't even have to be like where you're actually at. It can just be like popular places that people check into all the time. Just more eyes on you all the time. And then
with that, Maddie, I was going to say too, with video, it seems to pop up more. Like if it's a bigger city, a lot of times I'll notice that I'll go and see who watched my story, and sometimes I'll do like Milwaukee. Well, a lot of people check into Milwaukee, and if I have just a picture, then it won't even show up that I showed up in that story. But if I do like my workout video and I tag Milwaukee or a bigger city, it will show up. So I think that has something to do with it too, that videos show up more in the locations and the hashtag.
Yeah, he said obviously like there's an algorithm that you know, not everybody that uses hashtag love is going to be able to show up on that story, but there's some kind of algorithm that whatever is like the most popular way or whatever, like obviously video is going to be more than just a still picture. That's going to show up on the hashtag thing. So that's really awesome. And then you were just talking about like finding your tribe on Instagram and really knowing like your 5 things that like make you and what you like in other people's profiles. And then as far as like the video invite, I just want to touch on this really quick because I was listening to High Performance Habits, and we need to talk about this later too. I finished listening to it today, but confidence is just gonna, the more you do it, the more confidence, the easier it's going to be. So confidence builds competence, and then competence builds confidence. So the more, it's just a freaking cycle. So just try it. I know Abby posted a video the other day. She was like super nervous, but she freaking killed it. And just the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it, the easier it's going to come. And then you're just going to be doing it every day, and it's going to be so easy. So that's all I had to say. I did want to let Sierra chat just real quick about what you learned and your experience, how awesome you loved it, We have about 8 minutes left, so
Okay.
go for it.
So I guess the first thing, because I brought my friend from home, and so the first thing, like, we walked in, and then she goes, Sierra, we're the youngest people here. And I was like, yep, yeah, yes, we are. It's awesome. And then we're standing in line, and people just started talking to us, and it was so awesome because these people are just so, like, genuine, caring, and, like, so much love is just filled in the room. And then we, like, went in and sat down, and we were just talking back and forth, and then just, like, looking around and just seeing how what everyone's doing, how everyone's taking notes, everyone's, like, videotaping everything. It was just, like, such a, like, empowering feeling. And it kind of, like, listening to all the training that Allie talked about just kind of, like, redefined, like, why I'm here and, like, why I want to do this for myself. And not, like, for myself, but, like, helping other people too. But the most, like, whatever, I have hair fucking everywhere. But the thing that really, like, brought tears to my eyes was when we were doing the live workout, just having, like, a gym full of people doing the same shit as you are every day, and having a super trainer there that you, like, see on your screen is actually, like, they're, like, walking in front of your camera. It's just it's an amazing feeling. And then we went up to her because Maddie always said, if you get a chance, just go up and ask him for a picture because you will regret. I looked over, I was about to walk away, and I was like, wait a minute, there's no line over there, I need a picture. So I went and got a picture, and we talked to her, and yeah, it was just awesome. It redefined why I'm here and my why, and it was fun.
The energy is...
What trainer was there? Was there a trainer there?
It was a super trainer. It was Katie.
Oh, okay.
She does Insanity or whatever.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
So awesome. Yeah, so live events are everything. They are so freaking fun. You think, like, being in our little group is awesome and everything. Just imagine this amplified by literally 10,000. And that's what Summit is going to be for you guys. And I just, like, I cannot freaking wait. Because, okay, I went to my first Summit in Nashville. I bought my ticket. I didn't have the money to buy it. I bought it anyways just because Ashley told me to, and I just, did it and bought the ticket. I did not have a ride. I did not have a plane ticket. I freaking messaged some old lady that lived an hour away from me, and I rode for 16 hours in the car with a lady I didn't know. Guys, I made it happen because it was important, and it changed my life. But you know what? You just have to make sacrifices. Like, you have to figure out a way to get there because live events are just, they're gonna freaking change your life. It's gonna be the most fun you'll ever have. Like, the parties, the workouts, the trainings, like, every day that you're there, you're just, like, amazed by the community that we have, and to be surrounded by such a positive, like, loving, like, uplifting energy for literally, like, 4 days. You're just like, this is a whole new world, a new universe that, like, I didn't know existed. And it changes everything. It's like, the trainings are incredible, so you just have to get there. Whatever you got to do to get there, you have to make it happen.
Even not, I just wanted to say, like, one thing too about my first Summit is, like, even not the trainings, like, even just in the room with the people that you're rooming with, that's a game changer. Like, having those little conversations on the side, working together for maybe an hour, saying, oh, like, what are you doing? Like, let's give tips. Like, those little conversations are literally, and, like, being there with the person, it's like nothing else. Like, yes, we can get it with Zoom like this, or we can get it in our coach groups, but, like, it's not the same. Like, you have to be there.
It's so hard to, like, just put this into words, like, how desperately I want you guys to be there. Last year with Liv, she was like, I don't have the money. Like, everything that could have gone wrong for her to not be there went wrong. And I was like, you freaking get your ass here. I don't care what it takes. You get here. We had the most incredible time. Incredible. So, like, you have to make it a priority because it's going to be amazing. And
I went into my first Summit too. I had no idea who anybody was. Like, I was like, oh, Amy, well, I need a room. And she plugged me in. You know, I've talked to these people obviously on Facebook and we've Zoomed on our team calls and stuff, but I had no idea. Like, it was so scary. And my husband now, we were just dating at the time, but he's like, are you sure? Like, you're not going to get like murdered or something, are you? I'm like, no, it's fine. I trust them. Like,
that was my parents. No. I was literally 18 years old. I was 18, like just signed up as a coach. And I was riding in the car with some random lady I had never met before for 16 hours. Like, that's freaking ridiculous, but you do what you gotta do. It was so worth it. I think the first night I stayed on some random person's couch because like I wasn't like supposed to be there, but you know what? It was great. It was amazing. It was worth it. So I just wanted to open up for any questions. We only have a few more minutes left, but I'm gonna unmute you guys. Anybody have any questions? For Allie, about Summit, about Super Saturdays, anything? Nothing?
Do we know like a breakdown of what's gonna go on at Summit this year? Like
a schedule?
Yeah.
Not yet. They haven't posted anything.
I think the registration is the end of this month, I believe. They said at Super Saturday. So they'll send us an email of all the different like tracks and everything, because you sign up for they have all different like tracks for the trainings and everything. So they'll send us an email, and then the registration opens on a certain date, and you can go in and pick what workouts you want and what trainings you want and everything.
Yeah, so you get to pick like which trainers you want to work out with. So whoever you love most. Most of you are probably all gonna like want to pick Autumn because that's all you really know right now. But no matter where you get into, no matter what trainings you get into, they're all incredible. So yeah, that's that question. Does anybody else have any questions? Let's take a picture real quick because we're about to run out of time. Sierra, do you want to take a little actual screenshot? You have no light. You're dark.
Turn that light real quick. I got it. Oh, I got light.
Okay.
Ready?
My lighting is so bad.
Okay. I want to do one.
We randomly just jumped on this.
I know. You've made it. Perfect timing.
Like, what the hell? I thought they were power houring. Oh, my God.
Okay.
Hey.
Cute. Okay, we have like 20 seconds left. So I love you guys. I'm so freaking proud of you. I will message you because I have more to talk about, but that's okay. Thank you, Allie, so much. Can you all say thank you?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, guys.
All right. I'm going to send Em and Allie, you guys, a new link. So.
Okay, cool.
All right. Love you guys. Good night.
Bye, guys.